According to classic physics, we live in a world with 3 space dimensions and 1 time dimension. But what if I told you that there could actually be more dimensions, and we just don't see them because they are much smaller than those 3? They are indeed super small, but big enough for particles to travel through them. You've probably heard about quantum mechanics and general relativity theories, and the fact that these two don't get along very well. This is because while in GR spacetime is nicely curved and smooth, QM has an uncertainty principle, where at a microscopic scale space can't really be nice and gentle, as there is a lot of chaos and action between particles. This is where string theory appears, as a way of unifying all 4 forces of our universe, and so unifying quantum mechanics and general relativity. Imagine you have this test with a grade you really want to forget about, so you tear it apart, and you continue to divide it in pieces and in pieces. Well, eventually, if you could, you would reach its atoms, and then even its quarks and leptons, known as the fundamental particles. In string theory, quarks and leptons are not where the story ends, but in vibrating strings which produce them. So basically, all matter of the universe consisted of quarks and leptons, and its 4 fundamental forces, conveyed by bosons such as photons and gluons, consist of tiny vibrating strands of energy. These strings are the true fundamental pieces of the universe. The type of particle these strings will originate depends on the string's vibration pattern, just like pulling a different string on a guitar makes a different musical note. So, depending on the mode of vibration of these strings, different particles will emerge, such as a photon. Initially, scientists struggled to include gravity on this mathematical model of the universe after including the other 3 forces. Later, they found out that string theory naturally includes gravity in its mathematics. This is because when you look at strings you find pretty generically gravitons, thought to be the quantum particle of gravity. This means that the problem of including quantum mechanics in a theory of gravity no longer exists, as string theory doesn't need us to include gravity, it just comes along with it, solving that incompatibility. Now, why did I tell you about dimensions in the beginning? Because string theory can be proven mathematically, but only in a universe where there are not 3, not 4, but 11 spacetime dimensions, giving rise to an equation joining all 4 forces of the universe and fundamental particles. Although the theory hasn't been proven experimentally, just like 1 + 1 = 2, the theory's equation works. And that is why scientists don't give up and are always trying to find a way to prove it practically.